Hello, everybody on the internet. My name is Max Levinson, the 13-year-old watch enthusiast. That's really pretentious. I'm sorry. Um, and we are here tonight with a friend of the channel. You can go ahead and introduce yourself. Oh, actually, let me switch the camera over. There you go.
Hey, first time doing one of these. My name is Alfredo. I have Instagram name is Averell86. If you want to follow along, kind of new to the watches and in the group, but always looking to learn something new on watches.
Yay! I guess. Oh, actually, I just got a notification that Archie's live. So now we are competing with Archie for viewers. I'm sure he's gonna get all of them, but whatever. But whatever. I'm gonna tune in. I'm actually gonna watch on my phone so we can. Oh, whoops! That is not gonna work out very well. Okay. So live chat. I'll have the chat going just in case people have questions. So ask away. And let's start by doing a quick wristwatch check as that goes. So, would you like to?
Oh, it's funny. Actually, I don't have actually anything on the wrist because I got home from work and I just kept working. So I kind of have stuff here. I guess what I could show is
I don't believe it.
yeah, I don't nothing on the wrist. But hey, look here. I'll throw a little funny twist here. Pocket watch.
Oh, okay. Well, it can't really be on the wrist, but
Can't be on the wrist, but here's a little pocket watch, little Hamilton. It's I found this little railway watch at a cool little antique store a couple months ago. It's in really good shape. It's got a lot of markings on the back of the case.
yeah, that's a neat little thing. The blued hands are just fantastic.
So it runs perfect. It stays right on time. I don't think the hands are original. The seconds hand I could tell is a little bit bigger than the actual sub dial. It actually
Mhm.
sticks out a little bit, but for what it's worth, it was a cool little find. It was inexpensive. It runs on time, like I said, because it has a lot of service marks on the back. The back comes off really easy, so it's a cool little watch.
Yeah, no, that's neat.
What do you have on?
That's your wristwatch check. So I have on the or your I should say your pocket. I don't know what to say. Your what's it called? The jean pocket check where that you have your pocket. I don't know what it's called. Um, I'm wearing the Rolex. I think it's like one. I don't know the reference actually. It's a semi bubble back. I know that
Okay.
white dial with you've probably heard this a million times. With kind of like the Explorer slash Datejust case. So I
Yeah.
really like it, and I've been wearing it on this Odinky strap, courtesy of Cara Barrett. Thank you.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's my wristwatch check. So let's begin by actually I'll ask you first of all if you don't mind saying how did you get into watches, because I'm asked this all the time, so and I never get the chance to ask it.
So I kind of got into watches. It's hard to say. I kind of always liked watches as a kid. Um, I never really owned anything expensive. I really liked reading about them, studying them, seeing pictures of them. I used to always, I'd go on eBay searching to see if I could find something cool. And it's funny, I had a conversation with another enthusiast last night at an event. And I had talked to him and I said, we were talking about Speedmasters because I had talked about the Ultraman. The Ultraman, the Ultraman Speedmaster with a little red sweeping seconds hand.
Yeah, yeah.
So I remember seeing those on eBay before I had owned anything interesting, and I always used to say, "Oh, I think they messed up on this one. What if they messed up on this?" And then he kind of told me the whole story about how there's very few of them. He said like under 2,000 of them. So anyway, so I've always been interested in watches, I guess, and it really kicked off the seriousness kicked off when my father gave me his Rolex. He had his for many years, and I always remember him wearing it. And I would say the best memory that I have is when I was a little kid. I'd sleep with my mom and my dad, and my sister would be in bed too. And I remember hearing the watch ticking. I can remember that. So that's like probably the first memory that I have of that watch is that watch ticking. And yeah, so one day he gave it to me. I think it was on my graduation day from college.
Oh wow.
He handed it over to me and he said, here you go. It's yours now. And it's a funny story because he handed it to me and I was like, oh, this is so cool. I finally got it. But at the end of the party, it stopped working.
No.
Stopped working. So I'm like, I'm getting undressed. I'm getting ready for bed, and I'm looking at it, and I shake it, and it sounds like a bunch of loose metal pieces. And it's not something I did. He actually never serviced it. He didn't know that you had to service it, and I don't think he would have felt comfortable spending the money to service it anyway. But I cared about it enough to say, hey, you know what? I want this to be with me for a long time. So, and when I got it serviced, I got the whole thing redone, and now it's kind of kicked off my watch desire. So.
Right. That's a beauty. I really like the watch. I like the story behind it. It's an awesome story, and it's one of the best things that or one of the things that really drew me into watches is that you can have a watch that your father, great grandfather, or grandfather wore and enjoyed, and then you can look down on it and say that was once on so and so's wrist, and that's one of my favorite things. I love that.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of people's story or desire for watches comes from, passed down from family members. You either a father or a mother. I haven't heard mother yet, but I've heard most. It's usually fathers.
Yeah.
But it's nice. A lot of people have gotten their watches from their father, and it's sentimental value. Even a friend of mine that I have, he's not a watch guy, but I think his is a Bulova. I think. It's a gold case, and it was his grandfather's and his father's, and each of them inscribed their last name, put on the case back. So he just got his done recently.
Mm-hmm. Actually,
let me ask you something. Did you have Ben and Eric that were also going to come on, or no?
No, I was kidding about the first thing. So no, Eric, believe it or not, Eric Wind, I invited him. He's not gonna be able to make it. He texted me. Yeah. You know Eric Wind, right?
No.
Oh, he's okay. All right. No, I'll tell you after. I think he was the senior watch buyer or something. So senior watch person at Christie's. And he was on Hodinkee a few times. I'll send you.
Eric Wynn, Christie's. I was listening.
He's a cool guy.
I was listening to another podcast. Some other podcasts on the drive home was one of the Worn and Wound podcasts, which was pretty interesting. I wonder if he was the one that was on there. Somebody else from Christie's was on there. Anyway.
Oh no, that's neat. He actually he did one with Hodinkee. I think about the Speedmasters, like every single Speedmaster ever made. Up until this point, they had with them, and that was the video. So it was really cool.
She wants to be on camera. Like she picks the one little corner.
Oh yeah, no, that's no worries, no worries.
She's like, I want my moment in fame too.
Believe it or not, my mom just walked in. What? just text me or whatever. Okay, so my mom just walked in and said something. Anyways, it's kind of scared the living daylights out of me. What was I about to say? Okay, 4 people watching. Yeah, no, it's all right. I had my phone blocking, so I couldn't really see what's in the bottom on my screen, bottom left corner. So it's okay. Okay. So what else? What do you want to show some pieces in your collection?
Sure. I'll show you this one. Lately I've noticed that people really like chronographs. I recently met up with a guy at an antique show. He's I guess you could say like a private dealer. His name's Derek Jennings. You could find him at the Tattooed Wrist. Super nice guy. He seems to collect a lot of chronographs, and I guess I can agree with him. I picked up this little Hamilton chronograph. It was probably one of my first vintage pieces that I decided to just pick up on a whim.
Wow.
A lot of people know.
For some reason, I just accidentally X'd out of the Hangout and I can't find it. So I'm gonna try to find it. But yeah, just keep going because I can see it on my phone. So that's awesome.
Cool. So this is the I think it's Valjoux 7733. They call it the Big Eye. because I guess the
Yeah.
two big subdials or sub what is it sub yeah I guess subdials. It's a great little watch. I mean, I got it for dirt cheap. I've had it for about 5 years now. I don't wear it too much because I'm one of those people that likes to have the date. I like having the date just usually for day to day, but it is mostly a weekend warrior watch. I wear this
Right.
on the weekends. If I'm going to go somewhere where I know I'm not going to bang into anything. The case is really nice. It's really sharp. It's never been polished. It's got these really cool pushers that aren't round. It's kind of hard to show in the pictures. They're not really round. They kind of got this like triangular look to them. It's got the original crown with a little Hamilton H on it. So
Yeah.
kind of kicked off my desire to get into Hamilton watches because they're affordable. They're sometimes you can find something that's near new old stock. Here's another one that I got. This one is honestly I don't know what model this one is exactly. What model is this one? I literally just picked this one up just because the case was so sharp. It's hard to show this one. It's gold capped.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. Let me see if we can get it close enough. And this one is really, really sharp. This one has inscription in the back that says, Arthur Malin, Birdsboro Company. So
Oh wow.
June 1st of 66 to June 30th of 81. So I think it's a little bit newer. It's got a different style. It's got a different style crown. It doesn't look.
No, I just saw. I just came back on now. I can because I accidentally like kind of X'd out and I had to find.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, now we're gone.
Sorry about that. I think it just dropped me.
Yeah.
So you can hear me though, right?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Okay, now can you see me?
Yeah.
Sort of.
I see you with your hat, and that's it.
Oh, that's odd. Okay, well that's wonderful. I'm gonna switch it to you so people can see you instead. Of just wonderful me. So yeah, keep going. Sorry, before I was dropped.
Well, anyway, this one it was like I literally just picked this one up just because I didn't have a nice gold tone watch. I wanted something that I could wear, I guess, for work. It doesn't really have a date, which it's a kind of a little bit of a letdown, but it's just so sharp. It's literally, when I got it, it came with the original box. It came on one of those like 70s stretch bands. It looks like
oh yeah.
It looks like the guy had gotten it as a award because it was very common back then, I guess, Hamilton to give award watches. And I think this is an award watch. And I think he just got it, left it in the box, and then somehow it ended up for sale. So I guess I've been wearing it more than he has.
No, that's actually it's a really neat watch. I actually had a Accutron, and that watch had a little inscription on the back, and it was like from oh, we have a new visitor who just came. Oh, Michael, how are you?
Good, Max. How are you?
Good, pretty good. How's everything go? Actually, let me before I do that, let me introduce Alfredo. This is Michael. Michael, this is Alfredo.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Willis. You get that a lot, Mr. Bruce Willis, by any chance?
I hear that every now and then. Yes.
Wait. Okay. Well, it actually says unknown, so I was about to say unknown, but it's an unknown email address, so whatever.
That's funny.
Got it.
But hey, so welcome on. Actually, why don't you, Slate? Sorry, Alfredo. Why don't you, Slate, just introduce yourself?
Yeah. My name is Mike Haymond. I live here in sunny California, and we haven't had winter yet, so it's hot and dry here all the way through winter, so that kind of stinks. But you didn't want to hear about that. No, I'm the group here called OC Chrono. It's a collectors group. We do all kinds of fun stuff, and Max and I have been hanging out and talking a little bit over the last, well, more than a year, maybe. I'm not sure.
Probably about that. Yeah, no, OC Chrono, yeah, it's kind of like he does, they have little meetups, and it's actually very fun following along, watching and seeing, see what I did there. But seeing what people bring to the meetups, it's really interesting. But yeah, and yeah, probably about a year now, because we've been, well, on Instagram basically for more than a year, but just, yeah, talking watches here and there for about a year. And Alfredo I actually met at Red Bar, so he's another watch friend that we've been kind of conversing over watches. So what are you wearing? Because we already did wristwatch check.
Oh yeah, no, I'm late to the party. Actually today it's gonna shock you, Max. It's a Speedmaster. It's a 1988 Speedmaster. The watch itself, not particularly exciting, but it's kind of interesting that on the not particularly exciting watch, Omega put what's become one of the more rare Speedmaster bracelets. So the bracelet's probably worth about, well, almost as much as the watch itself.
Oh, wow.
Which is kind of a funny thing. I don't know how that happened.
What bracelet is that?
So this is the 1450 bracelet with the 808 end links, and I have no idea how on a 1980s Speedmaster that you could pick up anywhere, any day of the week, you could find 20 of them online. A bracelet winds up on it that is so hard to find, if the watch itself isn't that hard to find. But they, at the time, they were putting multiple reference bracelets on these things, and this one, I guess they just didn't put on there for very long.
Wow.
So that's Max. That's what I've got on today, and pretty much
you can see my face cringing with envy. No, I've always he has probably one of the coolest Speedmaster collections that I've seen. And it's just, you got your Speedy Tuesday and all that. Yeah, it's you have a pretty good collection, and we all know how I've wanted a Speedmaster for the better part of, well, a while now. So that's awesome.
I think everybody at one point wants a Speedmaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those watches that's never wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And it's a strap monster too.
It is, absolutely. In fact, there's just that doesn't look great on it. It works with everything.
Right. No, that's awesome.
So I know I missed the wrist check, so I don't mean to make you go backwards, but I still have to ask, what are you wearing?
Alfredo, you go ahead.
Oh,
show him what you're holding.
Oh yeah. I don't have anything on my wrist, and I pulled some stuff out to share with Max, and it's funny, I actually have a little Hamilton pocket watch here. Yeah, it's a little. I like the hunt. I like going on searches for antique stores and stuff. So I picked this one up at a little antique store up in a little town called Mount Dora up in Orlando.
Cool. So
yeah, I wanted to add a pocket watch to the collection, and this one popped up, and I said, yeah, why not? I like Hamiltons.
Yeah. That's awesome. And Max, what about you?
I'm wearing, surprise, the Rolex that I just can't take off because I love it, and I just can't stop looking at it. It's like one of those things that like you put on, and it's like a little piece of art on the wrist. I can't remember the reference, but it's an Oyster Perpetual on a Hodinkee strap. So I really like it. I actually have right here, sorry if I hit the microphone, I have the original rivet bracelet that stretches out.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, so that's my little That's our, but I would never wear it on the bracelet. One, because in order to take links out, you'd have to actually like drill them, I think. And also I don't want to scratch it up because it's in pretty good condition. So, you know, but that's what I'm wearing.
So now I really traded for that, but I really think you should make up a better story. Like you either got and or you know somehow won a bet or something like that. You know, trading is boring. I mean, so you're gonna have to come up you're gonna have to come up with a story that's parent approved. But,
Yeah,
you know, you wrestled a tiger. I don't know.
the tiger gave me the Rolex. Yeah, no, that's a good idea. But now that you say that live on on YouTube, I don't think it's gonna go down so well when people watch this video. It's like you lied to us. No, that's. But honestly, though, I think whatever story it is, it's still a neat little ticker. And I'm just like, I don't know. I still like it, no matter what the story is.
It's a great watch.
But I'm actually, I have to say, as of right now, I'm double watch wearing because I have to represent my Facebook friends. So I'm also wearing, if it would click because it keeps coming undone. The Boggle. Deboggle.
It's the classic right there.
Sorry?
The classic right there.
Yeah, the pure class, as many people would say. It's the bagel sport. It's happened on two separate occasions. One, Alfredo, you were there. Second, it was last weekend, I should say. Somebody sees it at a Red Bar event, and then they take it, and then they buy them on eBay. The second they see mine, they're like, "Oh, I have to have that." So it's happened 2 times, just right after they see it. I think it's hilarious.
That's funny.
But, yeah,
that's funny.
But it's become a meme thanks to our good friend Matthew McCabe. He hates it when I do that, but thanks, Matthew. I'm sure everyone really appreciates it because nobody's heard. I don't know if there's still such a big thing on Facebook, but everybody loves the Boggles, and you know, so that's the fun part.
Well, it is fun. It's a cool watch. It's got a good story, and it sounds like you've doubled or tripled their sales in the last.
Well, yeah, quite possibly. From getting 2 people to buy it, yeah, I'd say maybe doubled or tripled their sales. But so yeah, what? So why don't you? Because Alfredo was going through some of his collection. You wanna continue? Alfredo?
Oh, me?
Yeah. Do you want to?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, should we do those 2? I don't know. This is another one, I guess. This is I got 2 more. I got 2 more Hamiltons I can show you, but I'll pull out this one. This one you know of already. This one I showed you. This is Seamaster Cosmic. It's a diver. I like this one because I really wanted to get a diver. I wanted to get something I could at the time afford. This one actually came right after the Hamilton, the Big Eyes, the chronograph. So it came right after. I said, you know, I really wanted to get a diver. The Submariner is, you know, the one that everybody always wants to get. So I affectionately like to think of this one as the Omega diver in an ocean of submariners.
Yeah. Not
to put them down. Great watches, a little bit outside of my price range, but that's obviously one of the main reasons why I picked this one up. I really like applied logos. So this one has that that old little the small, I guess it's like the pinched applied logo that you see on the a lot of the Seamasters and stuff. So I really, it had been serviced. This one actually came from, I think it was Romania. I took a big gamble on this one. It was priced around what I wanted to spend from the research that I was doing off of a guy on eBay. So I paid with a credit card to make sure if I got burned that I could get my money back. But, you know, within a week, I think a week and a half, it showed up, and the the rest is history. It's a fun little watch, and I think it's a 38, so it's not right there up at the 40s. Another one that I really like a lot. I think I told you about this one because you have something similar. It's kind of like that square case Seamaster that you have with a white. I think it's a white.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you can see that one too well there.
Yeah, kind
There it
of.
is.
They could be brothers almost.
You know, that's actually a really neat watch. I haven't seen that yet, I don't think.
Yeah, I've only seen one other one. There's actually one up on Fleabay, how I like to call it. There's one up right now on Fleabay. I haven't seen one this clean until I've seen that one, but I think that's the only two that I've ever seen. You know, I'm on the Omega forums. I look around. I'm always looking because it's a little bit bigger. It's a chunky dial. It's a chunky case. It's pretty nice. It's also pretty.
It's very 70s.
Yeah, it's very 70s, and it's the case size. I mean, if you look side by side, it's a pretty big case.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's actually really cool. I like the seconds hand, how it kind of ends.
Yeah, it's cool.
And you know what, Michael, would you want to go through some of your collection, like alternate, just to show some of your pieces? Like, if you have anything in front of you that you're comfortable showing.
You know what? Actually, I'm the only guy in the world that comes to a watch conversation and didn't bring any watches other than what I had on my wrist.
No problem.
I'll be happy. You know, for me, Max, as you know, the collection has kind of evolved over the last couple years. I went from liking Speedmasters to being fanatical about Speedmasters, and so I've literally now sold just about everything that's not a Speedmaster, and you know, the collection continues to evolve. It's actually not a very large collection. It's just a very focused collection.
Yeah. And
I'm always waiting for a new piece to, you know, to catch my eye that makes sense for me. So.
No, your collection is a perfect collection of Speedmasters. We were actually just talking about one of my favorite Speedmasters, the Ultraman, and I've only seen actually I think one person that has one, Morgan King, and he did a talking. I saw it on his Talking Watches episode, and I think that's my favorite Speedmaster. And
are you still there, Max?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So yeah, that Ultraman is phenomenal, and of course they're as rare as unicorns, you know, at this point. And you know, don't tell anybody I told you. I know we're broadcasting, but I wouldn't be surprised if sometime in the very near future you see a new Ultraman hit the marketplace.
Yeah, I've heard something of, like, near that, but we won't go into too many details so we don't get taken off YouTube in less than 3 seconds. But yeah, no, I honestly think I'm excited to see what Omega comes out with soon.
Stuff going on, and of course the Speedmaster, you know, Omega loves to reissue and do all kinds of things every way imaginable. So we're expecting some cool stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, that's exciting. I'm actually, the one thing that I think Omega did not the one thing, but one of the things that Omega did that I think was just genius was introducing the Speedy Tuesday with the social media inspiration. And I think that really took them somewhere as far as getting in touch with, like, the younger, kind of newer generation watch people. And I think if they come out with another one that has to do with kind of a classic Omega design, but also having that social media kind of tie, I think that would be great for them. And I think that I'm really excited to see what they come out with, because they have a world of opportunity, you know, and I think that I'm just really excited to see what they do.
Yeah, they did a good job. I mean, I think they did a great job with the trilogy that they launched, you know.
Oh, with the Railmaster, the Seamaster, and the Speedmaster.
Yeah. I remember when I saw that, I
Oh,
was like, wow, that's. I mean, they did a great job, bringing all those back.
and they even went as close to doing the box. They made the box as it would have been back then with the red and all that. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, they did a great job.
And
Basel last year, Hoyer had come out with the new Octavia, and a couple of other brands had outsters it doing, and then Omega shows up. Nobody bought. I mean, everybody knew there was going to be a big Speedmaster release and a few other things, but nobody anticipated the trilogy, and it was kind of like the watch version, because they literally showed up at Basel. They put that thing out there and completely stole the show.
yeah.
They're like, here. That's cool.
Yeah, no, it's really, I think it's odd. Do you know how much they went for?
Yeah, so the trilogy around 22,000.
Wow.
To be watches themselves. I've had the opportunity now to examine a few, and they're gorgeous. I mean, they did a great job.
Yeah. No, I want to see one thing. I do want to see though in the near future of Omega though, is I want to see them. I hate to say it, and I hear that it's gonna happen. We don't know. I want to see them make another wave dial.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. That's cool.
I think I'm aching to kind of see that, and I think they would, but I'm just aching to, like, I hope they do it.
Yeah.
You're gonna see some cool Seamaster stuff this year too, I think. So
when is Basel ends the 27th, right?
Yeah.
That's actually my birthday, so it's kind of funny to see that happen. Just so Basel ends on my birthday, which again, the coincidence, but also because I would ask to go out there for my birthday, but then again, it would probably get me murdered by by my beloved ones or by my loved ones. So, but I think that I'm really excited to see what goes down at Basel. That's kind of the big watch event of the year that everyone kind of, other than SIHH or SIHH, as they say it. But, I'm really excited for that.
You think that there's the possibility, and this again being one of those guys that likes the date window, do you think there's a possibility that they're going to come out with the Coax Seamaster? I think it's a 300 with a date window. Do you think they'll do that anytime soon?
This model?
Is it? I know the. I guess it's the vintage models.
The like the one that James Bond wore.
Yeah. I think they have a model with like a lollipop seconds hand. Yes.
Just the 300, not the 300M, the 300.
The 300, I guess it's called, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I think, yeah, no, I would like to see that because that would make it a little bit more practical. Michael, do you know what he's, like, am I right?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say there's a chance, but what's interesting is if you look at last year and their reissue things kind of 1-to-1 doing here. So yeah, they could come out and they could, maybe do a more modern version of a classic.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if they did that, then it would probably include a date window.
And what do you guys think, just while we're on that topic, what do you think of that the fake patina, the fotina, whatever people call it, like that they do to from the inspiration of vintage watches?
Well, I don't mind it. I mean, I was my wife and I were in Paris last month, I think it was last month or the month before. We were there, and on Champs-Élysées they have Hoyer has a boutique. I walked in just to look, and I got really excited because there was a Monaco that I guess they're launching in different places throughout the world. They have a Japan model, they have a France model. I forgot. I don't know if they have another one after that, but anyway, the France model is derived, I guess, from the vintage styling that they have,
Mm-hmm.
and all the loom on it is all it's got like this creamy color to it. I took some pictures of it, you know, side by side to their standard Monaco that they sell. Or actually no, I think it's a caliber 11 that they advertise. Side by side, and it looks completely different. The dials, the markers are different. You know, so I don't mind it. I don't mind it. It kind of touches on both of my desires, having something modern with some vintage inspired look to it. So I don't mind it, personally, at least.
Right. Well, back to your opinions and your thoughts on it. But the thing is with me, as far as Fotina, is I've always been like, you know, I don't know about it because I don't know. I just don't think I really like it in terms of, I think that if they're going to make a reincarnation of a vintage watch, it should have the characteristics of a new watch, just in a vintage kind of inspired way. So not as far as going to making the dial look like it's old, just making the, like, let's say like the Railmaster, the Rail, that had the potential to be such a great watch, and it is, but I was like, if they had made it with just regular lume, it would be just so much more modern and so much easier to wear, I guess you could say. But I really like it. So, Michael, did you give your thoughts on that yet?
It broke up right at the end there.
Oh, sorry. No, were you able, I forgot. Did you give your thoughts on that yet? Hello? I think it might be my connection. I don't know, but I'm.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulty.
Go ahead.
Can you both hear me?
I can hear you fine, yeah.
Okay. I think
Right.
for some reason Michael is disconnected. Like, we can't see you. I don't know if you can hear us. That is
I think I'm
odd.
okay.
Okay, all right. So yeah, go ahead. So no, were you able to give your thoughts on the Fotina yet? Here, I'll text it in the chat. Here. It's for sure. It's really. Were you able to give? And you know what? While I'm texting this, why don't you actually? Can you hear us now? Can you hear us now, Michael?
I'm good now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, were you able to give your thoughts on the Fotina yet?
No, you know, my thought is yeah, if done right, I think it can look okay on a watch. It's not my preference.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think we live in a world where authenticity is important. So I kind of get what you're saying. You know, it's okay to do a vintage watch, but don't try and make it what it's not. You know, even though you're trying to create that style. But you know, I heard an interesting podcast this week from Worn and Wound, and they had this conversation, and they referenced what Fender does in their custom shop with aging guitars, basically, and creating guitars that look like they've been played for a long time. And you might reference that, you might go back to that, but it was a interesting conversation because it kind of went along the parallel lines.
Right. Well, oh, Alfredo actually just shared the image. I'm gonna go ahead and screen share it just so you guys can see. It's actually very interesting. Hold on 1 second.
The wonders of
That's actually really interesting. Here, I'm gonna screen share real quick. I'm gonna show the desktop real quick so you guys can see it, right? Can y'all see it?
Yes. Well, I did.
Okay, so there's the. Can you see it?
Yep.
So there's the Monaco with the Fotina, and there's the regular one.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. It was really cool. It was a good experience. The guys there at the boutique were very nice. They were really really open the minute I walked in. You know, I said, "Oh wow, I'd never seen that before," and they like, "Yeah, let me bring it out so you can take a look at it." The one that I tried on, that one is actually number 168 of 200, which is
Oh
cool.
wow.
They're numbered.
And this one is actually a vintage Monaco, or is this new?
No, this is new. This is new.
Really?
You mean on the left? They're both new. They're both brand new watches.
I thought the one on the left would have been like the vintage one that Morgan King had. He had the same watch, same hands. It's actually, that's a really good reincarnation. That I like that one. That one I like the kind of reissue. The one with on the I don't know what dial is. It's more kind of true to the original, if you will.
They've done a good job there.
Yeah, I agree. So here we are back.
So the flip side of that is when they go the other way and really modernize a classic. And on the Heuer, think about the Monza that they did in PVD not that long ago. They took a kind of classic design and really stepped it up and made it a modern one. So it goes the other way too, and I always appreciate when companies do that.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. And Alfredo, do you want to actually? Did you so you said you liked the way they had the and which one? Actually, I'll ask you. Did you prefer the blue or the black one?
It's hard because I really like the blue one, but if I were to get the blue one, I'd love to get the original vintage model. For some reason, I like the pushers better on the rounded pushers, I guess, on the they're fluted. I think they're fluted. On the older model, I like that one better. I like the style of the case, how it's a little flatter. It's got sharp edges. If I were to get a modern one, just so that I don't have to worry about, I guess, maintenance and stuff like that, I was very interested in the limited edition run that they had, the one with the black dial. I liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's actually it's a neat little watch, and and do you know what it retailed for?
I think the guy at the boutique said something like $3,800, something like that, or before
the Monaco.
Yeah, I think he did like 3,600 before taxes, or
wow.
Yeah. Like it was a really good deal. It wasn't expensive. I mean, don't quote me. I don't remember for sure, but I think
no problem.
But I think I crunched the numbers and I was saving something like $600-700 just because it wasn't. I didn't have to pay the taxes. I guess they did some type of deal. When you're out of the country and you're foreign and you're buying, you can save some money on the taxes. Yeah. So
it's interesting. I thought they were like $8 or $9 grand. I guess I'm really out of the loop here. No, that's actually insane. I didn't think that was the case.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. I remember when I saw it, it didn't seem that bad. I almost thought about getting it and then bringing it here, wearing it for maybe a month or two, and then seeing if somebody would be interested in it, because it's you only get them in France, at least that model. The one in Japan that I saw has a green dial to it, which is it's like a hunter green, I guess you could say.
Right. No, that's really cool. Really cool watches, and the history is just fantastic. But so I kind of we'll go back so Alfredo, do you want to go through some more of your watches?
I'll go through one more. I got this one. This was another one that I got. When was this one? This one was before the Omega Diver, before the little TV dial, square one. This one was right after I restored my dad's Rolex, I guess. This one was I bought this one on a whim. This is an Oris BC3 Sportsman, it's called.
Wow. I'll switch it over. There we go.
So it's a simple little watch. They're not very expensive. but bang for buck. I really like it. I wonder if this one's gonna be more desirable over time because I noticed that right after I got this, the BC3 actually now they all have a crown guard right here and right here.
Yeah.
They have crown guards on them. So this one being the Sportsman came on a leather band. This is still the original band. I love this watch. It's very everything. This is probably my most modern watch, I guess you could say, my most modern automatic watch. And this one has the day and date. The lumen on it is great. It's a simple watch. I love that it has the back where you can see everything in the back.
Oh yeah.
They have that red
rotor.
Yeah. So it's a cool watch.
That's really neat.
I like it. It's my go-to when I'm out on vacation. I don't mind wearing this one on trips. It's probably the one that has the most wear on it because I wore this as a daily for a long time as soon as I got it.
Yeah, no, that's actually a really neat little thing.
It's a big watch. It's a big watch too. I mean, if you compare this thing to the diver, the diver, I mean, you could see pretty big.
Oh yeah.
This is a 42. I think it's a 42. So I like it. It's cool. I'm not gonna take it in the water anytime soon because even though I'm not,
Well, it is an Oris, so you could basically, but yeah.
So that's about it.
So, Michael, why don't you? I don't know what else actually, because what else can we? What else is going on in the industry that we can address?
So real quick, Max, I was hoping maybe you could share, since I run a group that's not too dissimilar from Red Bar, I was hoping you could share your Red Bar experience.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, as far as going to Red Bar and just hanging out, or just my experience, yeah.
What were your impressions?
Well, you know what? It was very fun. It was very fun indeed. I'll switch it over. I'll switch the camera over to you. So yeah, no, it was very cool. It was very kind of. It was. I don't want to say casual. I'm looking for the word that describes it. It was very kind of. It was very. It was just very casual. Very, very, very. And you could just sit there, talk watches, and it was just fun, and you could sit there for hours and the time just flies by. It's one of those things. I'm sure it does at OC Chrono too. It probably would if I was there, and I'm just like so excited. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh wait, it's already 12 o'clock and the bar isn't, we're not allowed to be at the bar anymore. But
yeah,
no, I think that it's just so much fun, and the people that go are some of the nicest people, and then you're just, it's, and some of the watches that they bring are just or I don't want to say off the chain, just amazing.
Right. Off the chain.
And yeah, off the chain. Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Good.
Sorry to keep going out of frame. I just keep on trying to grab something and it just won't. I don't want to get up because I don't make a lot of noise. So But so what do you usually do at OC Chrono? Why don't you talk about it a little bit?
Well, it's probably not a lot different than what you experienced, although there are some, some unique things that we do. So OC Chrono isn't that old. Red Bar is considerably older, and we, so we've been able to learn from groups like Red Bar and LA Watch Gang here on the West Coast. They've done a really good job. In fact, they celebrated a birthday last night while we were having our get together. But yeah, I think the biggest difference, it's easier to talk about what's different maybe than what's the same, because that's kind of boring. But for OC Chrono, one of the things that we do that's kind of unique, that's fun, is we change locations every month, and we try and make it a unique location. So we've been to some pretty cool places. Last night, we were actually at a cheese shop. That's cheese.
It smelled nice, I'm guessing.
You know what? Actually, it was kind of cool. So our tagline is promoting an analog lifestyle in a digital universe. There's a little irony there because everything we do is put out over Instagram and everything else. But you know, last night, I mean, you don't get too much more analog than cheese that somebody's labored over for years and months, and
Yeah.
craft anything these days, and it goes back to that whole authenticity. So imagine a group of watch people in a cheese shop, and we always have the place to ourselves. It's always a private event. We don't like to share space with anybody, so typically we'll kind of negotiate with business owners and stuff. The one before that, we were on the shop floor of a race team called True Speed.
Wow.
They were off at Daytona, but we were on their shop floor with Porsches and race cars all around us, and it's that kind of thing for us. And partly it's because we want to keep it interesting. Partly it's because I get bored real easy, so you can only see as much as we're all passionate about watches. I mean, you can only look at watches so much, and so I always thought that great watches in a great environment would be better watches, and so that's kind of what we've done, and it's been a lot of fun. We've had some truly unique experiences. I think we lost Max.
I think so. So, welcome to Talking Watches from.
It's not good when the host disappears.
There he is. There he is.
Sorry about that, guys. It keeps, for some reason, I guess it's my parents or something are on the internet, and it just, I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. It just all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it'll do this weird thing, and it'll go, sorry, your connection has been lost, and then it's like, oh, great, and then you have to hit retry.
Oh, good, buddy.
So, well, I didn't anything offensive yet, so I figured I didn't know what I did to upset you, Max.
Sorry?
I said I hadn't even said anything offensive yet.
No. It's not that at all. It's just, it did that earlier, actually. I was talking to Alfredo, and then all of a sudden it just goes, and it's like drops, and I'm like, wait, no. And then it takes a few seconds to reload. So, Mom, Dad, get off the internet, please. It was happening. I was on Clyde's channel last night, and it just kept happening. Get off the stinking internet. And actually, one of my sisters isn't here because she's on a trip to some park in Orlando or something, and that doesn't even make it any better because they're just I don't know, whatever. Xfinity, you need to speed up your Wi-Fi. Actually, it might not be Xfinity. I don't know what it is, but whoever it is, do your Wi-Fi better. I'm just kidding. Whatever. But please don't sue me. Thanks. So anyways, continue. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, not at all. I was really wrapping it up. I mean, for me, I think any group that pulls people together, be it over watches or cars or whatever it is a good thing. We live in a time when technology literally has actually, I think, kind of kept us from being in face-to-face situations.
Oh yeah.
With people, and so anything we can do to bring people together is good, and that's what OC Chrono is all about, and really, all these groups, Red Bar and LA Watch Gang guys.
Now I know somebody in California, so I can go have a meet over there. I got some family over there. And next time I'm over there, I'll be sure to drop you a line.
Yeah, so you know what, guys? We better be. Oh, sorry to interrupt. Yeah, we better start to wrap it up. So I guess just closing thoughts, because it's gonna cut us off soon. I think we started about an hour ago. I think it cuts off after an hour or something. So yeah, finish what you're saying.
All I was gonna say is one exciting OC Chrono announcement. Max, I think you're aware of this. Is we just initiated AZ Chrono, Arizona, and we've got the first meetup coming May 3rd, and some good collaborations there. They're going to be fun, but we always welcome people from out of town. We get a lot of people dropping in.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
No, I think we both look forward to at some point going to an OC Chrono event. So yeah, that'll be fun.
That'd be cool.
We'd love to have you.
Thank you.
But closing thoughts, please. No, I sorry. Whoever would like to go ahead.
Max, you disappeared.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know. I keep on dropping this freaking. Ugh. My setup is really bad. If you were in my room right now, you'd see it's kind of like a battlefield.
As long
Uh,
as as long as you're not dropping watches, that's
yeah,
all.
that would not be good. That would not be good.
Well,
No.
anyway, thanks, Max. Thanks for the invitation to participate in your YouTube channel, and I guess put in my
Oh, you know what? Honestly, next time what I'm gonna do is, and I always say I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna write like a list of topics that we can kind of just converse about, so it's less impromptu as it usually is, and it's more, kind of put together. But because I just literally announced to everyone like maybe 6 hours ago that we were okay. I'm going live tonight, and we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna invite a bunch of people. So, but you know what? Next weekend, if we're able to do, and I'll write down a bunch of topics, just kind of fall onto topics,
Sure.
so we can, just and also this is kind of our first one doing it with more than one person on my channel. So yeah, we'll definitely do this, and I'm excited and I want to thank you guys for coming on. It was awesome. Sorry to keep leading out of frame and that my connection was so bad. Um, but yeah, no. So thank you for watching, guys, and thank you guys for coming on again. Any other things to say?
No, again, just thanks for having me, Max. I appreciate that, and we'll look forward to doing it again soon.
Why don't you shout out your Instagram though? I know Alfredo already did, just so you can. Not that it'll do anything, but
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm always looking for for more attention. I need more attention. No, I would give you two actually. So the most important one for me would be at OC_chrono. That's for the group, and in attending or knowing more, hit us up there. And then my personal Instagram, mhaymond, MHAYMOND 1. That'd be awesome.
yeah. So make sure to go follow Michael, follow Alfredo, follow me if you haven't already. Follow everyone here. Follow definitely check out OC Chrono. It's I haven't personally attended one yet, but from what I see and from what you guys will see, it's fun. And so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. It was great having you. And I want to be more interactive also because I had the phone in front of me and I was watching the comments, but I wanted to turn it off just so it would be less the Wi-Fi would be a little bit better. So thank you guys so much. Don't know what that was. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And yeah, take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Take it easy.
Bye bye. Take care.
So the live stream is stopping. Will it stop? Will it ever stop? It's still stopping. It says stopping. I clicked the stop button, so it's probably stopped. But anyways, so yeah, guys, just to make sure, still stopping. I don't know why it's doing that. It's still stopping. It just says stopping. But anyways, yeah, guys, thanks so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. Oh, failed to stop. Please try again. Come on. Still hasn't ended now, has it? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, hit end one more time. Thanks, because there's actually still people on watching the nothingness. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Sorry about that, guys. So my Wi-Fi's that bad. Hasn't ended now, has it? Okay, I'm actually watching on my phone. So yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. It just my Wi-Fi connection is horrible. And yeah, it's just I don't know. And I'll see if I can improve it in the future. This is very impromptu, as I said. So very sorry about that. My apologies. My deepest apologies. I'll go ahead and end it so we're not dragging on too long. So thank you guys so much for watching. Really, thank you. Thank you, Alfredo. Thank you, Michael. It was an honor having you guys on. And yeah, thank you.